What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Melanie. Welcome back to the Melanie Method Show. This is like my 14th time trying to record this video for you guys tonight. I'm really fed up with technology. I'm trying over and over again because if at first you do not succeed, you're supposed to try again. So this is literally at least like the fifth or sixth time I tried to do this video in between doing other things. I fell into the trap of recording from an Ozbot product. I don't like OBS software, like for recording and editing. I really hate OBS. I think it's because I can't utilize the features properly because I don't have a computer that's powerful enough to withstand it. But then it can also be my internet because it could be the bandwidth. I don't have enough bandwidth to support the actual functioning of the software to allow it to not be as laggy and et cetera, because I lag really hard. I notice when I use Ozbot webcams as opposed to like my Logitech Stream Cam. But this one is finally a 4K camera, y'all. And it is the Ozbot Tiny 2 Lite, if you guys can see that. I noticed for whatever reason, the quality of the camera, for some reason, looks more saturated on my MacBook. But I think that's kind of weird when I toggle with the settings the same way within the software as I am on my Windows-based computer now. So let's just pray this goes through smooth this time. I stayed up because I was watching a lot of different videos on the Diddler, P. Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, aka Sean Combs. I'm going to discuss him in this video if all goes right and technology supports that. I do not have any makeup on. I think it got something to do with the settings that I have on the camera. If you see it moving, it's following my voice because it's the AI tracking capability. So that's one thing that is really cool about it. So if I go up, then it'll come up. If I come down, it'll come down. I just don't like how much it seems like it uses because it makes me lag because my computer's like, trying to keep up with it. So we're going to try this again. I'm getting really frustrated with it, though. I really am. See, like, I don't even like, oh, you guys can't. Okay. All right, so let's try this again. I wanted to first go over the economic agenda of Democrats and what their overall plan has always been and what it definitely is for this election. I don't want to say election season. That sounds kind of stupid. Election period. With their overall plan, as I pretty much already reestablished, I'll reestablish it now from my previous videos, is that they're trying to keep the poor in the poorhouse as well as the middle class and as well as small businesses. If Kamala, whatever you want to call her, Comrade Kamala, the borders on, and if she gets in the office, we are going to fall into a recession because no one's going to be able to afford anything. Nobody's going to be able to afford to pay for services to their homes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is where the economic agenda comes in, y'all. It comes in because if you allow enough migrants to form, I'm starting to get really hot. I think I'm going like through early menopause or something. I don't know. I still get my periods regularly, so it's probably, I don't know. But anyway, if you allow enough migrants to come over as she's doing, 200K here, 400K here, there's like over 2 million illegal migrants here. Some are over here in the Total Protection Program, courtesy of the Biden-Harris administration. What that entails is that if you are in fear or in danger in your current country, and you live in a third world country, you will be qualified to come over to the U.S. and begin the process of, what does she call it? It's a pathway to citizenship, okay? What that entails is that you get like $20,000 or $29,000 per person You get free education, you get free housing, you get everything. She's been giving them everything that she could be giving to veterans. She could be giving it to homeless shelters. She could be giving it to back to the states, so that way we can make sure that our benefits are completely solid, because we're consistently being threatened to get our Medicaid, our food stamp, SNAP, Medicare. All of that is always threatened to get cut. Okay, and it's because these states can't afford everything either, because she and her administration currently, and it'll carry on within her walls, are consistently catering and prioritizing our money in the wrong way. They're prioritizing our money by giving it to people that does not belong here. Okay, everything you're seeing, if you're seeing this within the media, and Trump talks about it, everyone talks about it. The news is Hannity on Fox News. Everyone can tell you where the funds are going, but if you have eyes, you can kind of see where it's going. If you live in a community where you're seeing an influx of either Africans, Haitians, Venezuelans, anyone that normally typically wouldn't be there. Okay, and they look like they're driving nice cars. They look like they have nice clothes. They're shopping a lot. This is courtesy of Kamala Harris, Biden administration, but really Kamala, because if you watch one of the videos I included in one of my previous videos, I showed that a couple years ago, when this all began, after they got in the office in 2021, I believe later that year or the next year, she made a Twitter post stating that she was in control of the border crisis and that the border was secure. She kept consistently lying to us, telling us the border was secure. Okay, when it was not, just like the actual former Border Authority patrol officer. He actually at that hearing the other day ago, in front of everyone, he confessed. He came out and told everyone that it was hidden, that it was under the Biden-Harris administration, that it was authorized by them to not present any of the findings of any kind of illegal aliens, terrorists coming over here during the 2021 to 2023 period. So he was told to just let it go, let them come over, whatever. Like, there's the border has been wide open ever since Biden got in. If no one sees that, they're blind. And a lot of people feel like that we're supposed to embrace these migrants. We're not supposed to embrace anyone. This is our country. We're supposed to be prioritized first. No other country's prioritizing anybody else first when they come over there. And that's because their government is put together. Right now, other countries are laughing at us. Donald Trump is right. I'm watching all of his speeches. And I'm a fair person. I see little things I kind of don't necessarily like, but no one's going to be perfect. But majority, like 98% of everything he's saying, I love everything he's, first and foremost, let me get this right. 100% of everything he's saying is right. I just watched his speech. I took my time. I didn't watch it when it was live, when he was in Indiana, PA. Everything he's saying is accurate. Everything he's saying is accurate. All of this, everything the news is saying is accurate, as far as the news that's covering it fairly and not biased from one specific party. I mean, Fox News, you would say that is more Trump, but that's because if you're for Trump, you have common sense. Because if you don't have common sense, that means you're going to fall into the Democrats' spell. And that spell is economic power. They want the rich to stay richer by having migrants take over our jobs and compete with us for our jobs. So small business owners, I normally would charge like $150 for landscaping. Migrants can charge way less than that. There is a whole agenda behind all of this. I already knew this. I discussed this with you. I said we're going to be competing for our jobs where we shouldn't have to. We're already competing for our benefits by the state for those that are poor that receive SNAP and SNAP and Medicaid like myself. Okay? So I'm just letting you guys know, if you work at restaurants, you work at any kind of job where it's just like a low-end job, like blue collar or whatever, you work at call centers, you're going to be fucked if Kamala Harris and Walz gets in. I'm just letting you know, because she's going to keep letting these migrants come over. It's going to keep depleting all of our funds. Our funds are already gone now. They're probably printing money. So if Trump doesn't get in, this country is screwed, and I'm going to be screwed because I am going to be here a little bit longer than what I anticipated. And that's only because I need to have plastic surgery before I go out of the country. Unless I were to migrate over to like the Bahamas, the Dominican Republic, or perhaps Turkey, where they do offer really good plastic surgery doctors and different procedures. Because God, I'm trying to get all this out before this camera starts glitching really bad. Okay, so we talked about that. That's the economic agenda of the Democrats. You guys need to really wake up and focus on that. It's a lot of Black people, I would say in particular, and it's like white people that's like in the cloud. What I noticed about a lot of left supporters is that they're whimsical. They're very whimsical, and they believe just about anything. They're not realists. They believe that men should have vaginas and tampons should be pushed up there, and they should be able to have babies, men. And they believe if you want to be an orange one day, it's okay that you feel like you want to be an orange. And they believe that it's okay to kill a baby at 9 months. And they believe that your body is your right, which it is your right, but to a certain extent. You shouldn't be just getting pregnant if you can control it and then wanting to kill the baby way into term. I feel like it should be limited to where, like I said, incest, rape, or someone that is too young, someone that can't afford it, someone that really didn't anticipate. Just a lot of factors I feel I support more than somebody that's just trying to kill a baby well into term. That's disgusting. And that's all Trump is trying to say as far as pro-life. Moving on, vote Trump if you really care about the working class and the middle class as well as small business owners. I'm done talking about politics. I did correspond with my professor from OU. He did pass me along. This camera is really not clear. I have to do it in 1080p, 30 frames per second, only because, like, if I do it any higher now, if I do it all the way up in 4K, this shit's going to glitch way more than what it's even glitching now. So that's because I need a different computer. And I want to say it's a computer, but then I think it's my internet. I don't know. But anyway, my professor did pass me along. He passed the book report I submitted way after the fact, which was really nice. So that's good because he said he's having them reverse my incomplete. Because I was trying to think what status it was in. So once he does that, I can really decide what school I want to hurry up and sign up for. I'm really going back for business, MBA, likely in economics, political science, because I'm kind of enjoying this. Or I'm going to do like marketing or just business admin. I feel better in business. It's like, I mean, as a therapist, I would be better. I would be. But it's the curriculum. I do not feel like going through it. I know 42 years old. It's too much writing. It just really is. And it's like, I know I can get through it. I know I can do it. I know I can do this shit. I really know it. So I'm not fully 100% set on it yet. But it's like, damn, that's a lot of writing. I mean, if I could make it to the practicum where I would go on site and like work with people, like do an internship, but it's like it's almost on the order of a residency, except you're not a doctor technically. So if I could get to that stage, maybe, but even when then, I think I still got to be writing papers. No, not really, because you get all of the paper writing ones usually out of the front. I don't know. I got to think about it. I got to look at other schools, see what all curriculum it is, like what classes I would have to take, and I'll decide from there. Because now I do have 6 credits I can transfer from OU. So that is something to consider. 6 credits is nothing, though. That's like, it's like titty milk. So I'm drinking this right now. This shit's really good. Mio vitamins. It's the orange vanilla. It's so good. I like it. It's my new thing. It was going to be a sip session. It still could be, but I'm trying to make sure I get this all out to you guys because I can see it's lagging now. So, but as long as you guys can hear me and I'm not too far back from my voice, I'm kind of cool with that for now. And again, I'm sorry for all these technical difficulties, y'all. Okay, so I addressed the economic agenda from the Democrats. I addressed my school situation. Now I'm going to go to Mr. Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, Diddy, aka Love. I'm just going to say, all I really want to say about Diddy is that anytime anyone was shocked about this whole ordeal, you must be a Democrat or some sort of left supporter. Again, you're whimsical and you're not getting it. Diddy looks like a pervert. When he first came on the set and everybody started paying attention to him really hard back in the day when he found her Biggie and all of that, like, me and my mom knew something wasn't right with Diddy. First, he always had this little, like, slow looking smile. His head looks like some kind of alien. And then he just stares and he's just creepy. Then he always acted like he wanted to be a savior of kids and mentor people. Everything was just off with this man from the very beginning. If you really paid attention to details. So over the years, when I kept hearing different claims from different celebrities that he either took advantage of them sexually or he tried to kiss them in the mouth. He offered 50 Cent opportunity to take him out shopping. Of course, my man, I love 50. That's my baby. Of course, he declined because that's a real man that votes for Trump too. I knew I loved 50 Cent, but anyway, I'm my biggest thing is that for Epstein, for Weinstein, and now for Diddy, if you have all this fame, you have all this glitz and glamour, you have all this money, right? Why do you want people, fans, in the media, society, everyone to have to view you as the person that was amazing to them at one period, but now you're just a pervert and a sex offender? Why would you want to participate in charitable events, give back to communities? You started your own liquor business. You branded it. Okay. I think he even has some sort of production thing outside of Bad Boy Productions and all of that. He has other shit because he's a billionaire, Diddy. He did so many different things, contribution wise and everything. Like, so, like, you were the whole host on the floor, my nigga. Like, why would you do all of these things only to lead yourself into destruction from being a pervert? This is what I don't understand about them. Like, you have all this made. The number one thing you should be doing is trying to protect that money. And by protecting your money, you'd be doing everything. You'd be doing all of your due diligence to never do anything wrong. I mean, sure, you're human. You will make mistakes. Like, you might not pay your taxes or something like that. Okay. You know what I mean? Something might come up like that. But, like, to involve your children, and have your children mimicking you and doing the same thing you did. I know his children had to be sexually assaulted or they witnessed to him sexually assaulting people. And that made them start wanting to sexually assault people. It's a trickle-down effect. It's a ripple effect. It's a boomerang effect. He was mentored by Clive Davis, but originally was that Andre dude. I'll mess that man's name up, whatever his name is. And they both look like perverts. Clive Davis is gay off and on. He's a weirdo. So it started with somebody taking advantage of him. And then in addition to that, Diddy also went to an all-boys school. Also, so Lord knows what happened behind closed doors back then. And everything was hushed now. Everything just keeps being hushed. Black people, stop keeping things hushed. When you get raped, when you get sexually assaulted, don't have to wait 10, 20 years for a Me Too movement. Just come out and start telling people whether or not nobody believes you, whether or not nobody accepts you, at least you can say it's on paper that you expose a person as doing A, B, C, and D to you. Feel me? Because if somebody were to have done this to me as a child, trust and believe me, I would have told. So anyway, I just don't get them. I don't get how they could lead her. So, like in the Epstein case, for example, he did all of that only to have to kill himself. Did you think, like, as you were sexually assaulting these people, that maybe I need to go get psychological help, psychiatric help? There's something wrong with me because what am I doing this for? It's just like if you overdrink, you overdo drugs, anything that you find yourself to be addicted to at any given time, there should be a switch that switches it off and like lets you see. Because I know when I overeat, when I used to really be obese, I knew I had to do something. It was something that would kick in and would be like, okay, this is wrong. But Diddy put me in so many different, but watching all, it ain't even about finding out what he did. It's about watching everything that they're saying about it. It's disgusting. It really is. I'm watching all types of videos. I've been watching Jaguar Wright since like 2019 because my ex that I used to go with in Tucson, he put me on Jaguar Wright. Shout out to Jaguar Wright, Taurus baby, on my daughter's birthday. But she was been saying it. People kept criticizing her, saying she was lying, she crazy. You know, I knew this woman wasn't lying about nothing she was saying. I knew she wasn't lying. This shit is glitching so bad. This is horrible. So just ignore this, y'all. This is horrible. I don't even know where to go with this because it shouldn't be glitching this bad. It really shouldn't. Wow. I'm going to end this here and I'm going to start recording with my other camera and see if it still glitches. This is so horrible. Okay, is it back? It kind of is. I don't want to stop the video. I want to keep it going. But, Jaguar wasn't lying about none of that shit. She also talked about several times how Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, he's going to be exposed in all of this. Because he got his own freak off party. So we're going to get on that freak off shit too. But as I kept watching all of this, I kept looking at all these people that was in this little tree of freaking off, right? I started thinking about all the black men that I may have known from my past and things like that I believe would have been part of a freak off session. So me and my daughter, we talked about it, we discussed it. She's like, I think all your exes is potentials. And I really thought she's right. They all are because they were either liars, cheaters, thieves, and just something was always snaky with them. And they just always was into weird shit or whatever at some point, like little weird shit, or they had like secrets or like problems with growing up and shit. All of that ties into a Diddy party. All of it ties into a freak off. So it just he made me look at black men in particular, like even more like closer. Because we know how white people get down. There's no shock there. But with black people, it is kind of. Because you just be like, damn, because it's like you don't, as a black woman that loves black men, you really don't want to view nothing that ugly and disgusting and distasteful about them. But at the same time, you see little signs. And it begins with horrible upbringing or things, trauma. It begins with that. So I don't know. He has me thinking about that. Like I'm looking at different people I've been with, wanting to make sure I don't get with making any other wrong decisions in my future. He got me feeling bad about Will Smith because there kept being speculation about Will Smith's sexual orientation and shit. And so I just kept ignoring it because it ain't even that I love Will or nothing like that. It's that Will really takes me back to an innocent period of my life. He makes me think about when I was a child. I would come home and watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know what I mean? Even though Carlton and Jeffrey was my favorite actors on there. They really took the show more than Will. But it was like you just don't want to think of somebody that was like a childhood person that you watched. You know what I mean? Whether you looked up to them or not, they were a part of your childhood. Same with Ellen, because Ellen, they're saying she could be a part of these freaking off sessions. All this, you got all this money, and all you can think about is freaking off with baby oil, lubricants, and all of this. And that Cassie girl, I feel like 10 years was too long. I feel like she could have been figured out a way that got away from him. I don't know why women get so, I understand. I'm not trying to dog them, but because I got out right away, because I did. But I'm just saying there gotta be a way you can escape. You gotta be, when they go to sleep, when you go out to buy a dress or something, don't come back. Go out the country. I'm sure you got access to a credit card or something. You got some kind of money. Get the fuck out. Damn. Why would you stay around that and let somebody repeatedly have you gang raped like that for all them years? Ain't that much being scared in the world. That's all I can say when it comes to her. I'm not saying that I don't sympathize or empathize for her situation, because I do. And she's very beautiful. And I loved her One Hit Wonder. That was my jam. I love that song. I really did. I knew something wasn't right then though when all of a sudden she made that song and boom, she's his girlfriend now. I knew something was wrong with back then. I was like, this dude is really creepy and crazy. He is, and it's getting so bad to where they're trying to tie in Michael Jackson's death to him because they were saying that Conrad Murray, doctor, the anesthesiologist who was giving him his IV drips with the propofol, that he was sent to Michael Jackson only months before his death, but it ties into a bodyguard that Diddy had on his team, and a bodyguard that started serving for Michael Jackson. It was really deep. And then Kanye West tried to warn us of it also because he tried to say that Michael was silenced by killing him because he had a beef with Sony. And then the same dude that was tied into the actual bodyguard that was sent to Michael Jackson, he tried to get Kanye to shut up by trying to convince Kanye to commit himself in a mental institution at one period, but Kanye wasn't going for it. So it's so much shit going on in the world and in the Hollywood. It's disgusting. The people I hope come to justice, and I hope J-Lo does, because I know she's hiding something. I hate to say that because I love J-Lo's perfume, and I always liked her. I do not like her anymore since I know that she's on the left party real hard, and she supports a person that doesn't care about poor people in the middle class, working class. No. I don't fuck with Chris Rock. He's canceled. I never really did like Chris Rock all like that. Anyway, I did like his last stand-up when he went in on Will Smith. I did like that. But other than that, I don't fuck with him. So, okay. Never fucking fuck with Oprah. On behalf of Kamala Harris. I don't like her. She's fake. I never even liked Oprah the whole time in the 80s. None of that shit. I don't like how Oprah dogs white people, but they're what made her rich. So I just don't like that. I feel like that's it. Being ungrateful, non-appreciative, and just nasty. And I'm watching this camera because I don't trust you. You're doing too much. See, now it's not following me. That's weird. It was just following me before. See, that it obviously is trash. I hope this video takes this time. I really do, because I tried so hard to get all what I'm thinking out, y'all. I really did. This is my channel that I like to vent to. And whenever I do get views, since I'm not monetized, and because it's hard to be monetized, you can't be monetized if you curse as much as I do. You touch your body parts, and you do all that I do on camera. So that's just that. But I still like to talk. And so I figured, what the hey, get on my channel, make a video. But yeah, it's Ellen DeGeneres and Will for me that bothers me. Cuba Gooding Jr. I could give a fuck about if he's part of it because he's a weirdo with his motherfucking love seat flat down fucking nose and look like somebody could sit their ass cheeks on each side of his that long and flat. Fuck him. I want Jay-Z and J-Lo though. Them is my two that I want the most. And Madonna. Because they were saying Madonna could be tied into it too. And they were saying that she could have something to do with sex trafficking too. Yes, it's not following me. That camera is weird. I think it needs more support from a more powerful computer. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to try to either rent a better computer since I can't afford to buy one right out because I got to pay my bills and shit. Because I need another computer for my job. Because now this computer just started acting stupid with my job software. I couldn't do none of my training tonight. So I tell you when it rains, it pours. It is. But he helped me with, it's like he tore my stomach up with indigestion from how nasty this is, but he also helped me, did he? Because he also made me come to grips that we all get freaked off on a daily basis. Let's be real. We're all part of a freak off. We get freaked off when we get expensive utility bills because all it is a destruction. What he did to Bashir from Empire, now it's turning with me. What he did to Bashir from Empire, because he's supposed to have raped him. And if you notice that with Bashir, Justin Bieber, and Orlando Brown, he was supposed to took advantage of all three of them. What do they have in common? They have in common that they both went through a period where their career failed them because they couldn't keep up. They started turning to alcohol and drugs and violence. Women. So all of that stemmed from Diddy. He destroyed all of them. And Bashir, if you guys don't know, he's the dude that played Hakeem on Empire. Because they're tying him into this tip. There's something, and he raped Usher when Usher was 14. But Usher didn't want it. And I think JD and him passed over Bow Wow. I think they did something with him. That's coming on. JD's acting very nervous. Very nervous. They interviewed him and his whole body language screams that he knows something more. So I'm real curious of how that's going to play out too with JD. It just seems like this is going to take a whole bunch of perverts down. Cat Williams was right. Now, Cat Williams was talking to the fans. There were several people that must have been dry snitching in the back that all of this investigation started in addition to Cassie and all that came forth after Cassie. But one thing also Diddy did for me is he made me feel that the word freak off can be used in various ways. So now every time I'm disappointed with Bill, and I know it shouldn't be, that's the freak off. I just got fucked. Instead of saying I got fucked, I got freaked off. I got freaked off. I had some bad Chinese earlier. Not gonna really eat any of it anyway. I got freaked off. If the dog eats up on your sheet, something, you got freaked off. If one cheats on you, leaves you, you got freaked off. If it cheats on you, hey, freak off, you got fucked. So I'm gonna use freak off in a different way now for now on, y'all. Because I get freaked off every fucking day. Every day, basically. I get fucked. The way he fucked himself by fucking the lives of them young boys and all them international sex slaves that he flew over here. And them females and Cassie and all of that. He fucked himself. I hope he knows that. As he sits in that detention center in Brooklyn or wherever it is in New York, he needs to say, damn, I really freaked off myself. Yes, you did. Because at some point, you early in the game, you should say, what the fuck is going through my mind? I'm having these weird ass thoughts. I need my trauma. People need to be responsible for their own demons before they pass that demon on to everyone else. And that's real talk. That is real talk. But yeah, I get freaked off every day. My cat shits on me or something stupid. That's a freak off. My computers aren't working. I'm lagging right now. That's a freak off. But I'm going to sip more of this. Sorry I didn't sip it with you because my technology is so fucked up. I just want to make sure I get this video out to you guys. I'm going to continue this Trump speech. He hit on a lot of shit in Indiana, PA. I love the way he was talking. He also mentioned how one of her worst speeches was the Oprah, because I feel so too. Because when that one white couple in the audience on the panel, the video panel, asked her, what are you going to do about inflation? They knew she wasn't going to get no answer. They grinned. She looked like a deer in headlights. If you have not watched that Oprah special with her from the other day, I encourage you guys to do it. Please do it. Because she made a complete asshole of her. So anybody that will vote for her is a failure, is a sellout, and they're an asshole. Educate yourself. I know nothing about politics. Okay? And I learned all of this shit really quick, enough to learn what was happening with their agenda is, what will happen if she gets in versus Trump. If Trump doesn't get in, this country's fucked. I'm fucked because I'm going to be here for a while. Because I found another plastic surgeon, but I'm not sure. I'm doing research on it because he wants to do my tummy tuck first and then do my BBL and stuff, which could be cool. And he has a lot of good reviews, but there's something about him I don't trust that practice. If I really want somebody with a better reputation, he went to Harvard. And he did do his residency at a hospital, I believe, in Illinois. It was like some good places, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't like how there was a whole bunch of reviews of women complaining about how their belly button looked after their tummy tuck. And I noticed, like, he makes your belly button look weird. Yeah, it was like oval. And that could go, too, that could be nice if it's done right. But some people are not meant to have that shape of belly button. So I really want to keep researching. I'm going to do a little bit more digging before I go to sleep. That's why I'm going to end this now. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I will get this uploaded for the 95th time of me trying today. Happy birthday to my friend. Thank you for subscribing. Happy 42 to you. And I don't know how old your boyfriend is. I think he's like 52, something like that. Happy birthday to you all both. And I will text you. I am out. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell before I make new content.